This is a support video for the tiny house project. So first off, your group has decided on how many windows and how many doors you're going to have. Once again, the maximum size of the building materials, these basswoods, are 12 inches. And we're going to have a scale of 1 inch equals 2 feet. So this is going to represent 24 feet. So the maximum size of any dimension can be 24 feet on your house. So you're going to first decide on who's going to do which side. So I've kind of done my sketch out. I've got the north side. This is my sketch. I'm the architect of this particular drawing, and then I'm just drawing my scale. Although this is not a 2-scale picture, you will do that later. It's just to remind me of what it is, so when I go home and I do this on graph paper, I remember the actual dimensions. So I've kind of sketched out mine. It's going to be 20 feet by 24. That's going to be the peak of the roof. And I said doors are approximately 3 feet by 7 feet. Now, in order to kind of translate this to how many inches your drawing is going to be, I think at this point, being that you haven't done proportions yet in class, the easiest way is to make a T-table. And so if the model is 1 inch, the actual size of the building, not our little tiny home, ours are going to be small, would be 2 feet. So if I had, so I'll just put the units here just for the first one, but we're not going to carry it through. So if I had 2 inches on the scale, 2 inches on my drawing, that would represent 4 feet, and 3 inches would be 6 feet, and 4 would be 8 feet, and 5 would be 10 feet. So you can kind of go all the way down, and once again, the maximum height, the maximum size of the stick is 12 inches. So then that would tell you, oh, let's see, it looks like we're just doubling everything. That's going to be 24 inches. So nothing should be bigger than 24 feet in your dimensions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look, and I've talked with my group, we've agreed on the sizes of things, and then I'm going to kind of just put in parentheses the inches that I'm going to draw on my graph paper. So 20 feet, I'm going to figure out, kind of go through it, and I'm going to say how many. So 5 feet is 10, and if I kept going down, I got to 20 feet, that's going to be 10 inches. So I'm going to just write down 10 inches here. And 24 feet is 12 inches, so I'm going to write 12 inches here. And oh, look at 3 feet. That's not on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of add it in here. So if I had 3 feet, that's halfway between 2 and 4. So what's halfway between 1 and 2? Okay, so then that's going to be 1.5 inches. So I'm going to put that for 3 feet is 1.5 inches. You're going to need to do the same thing for 7 feet, because 7 feet would be right in here. So you're going to need to figure out how many inches your door is. Now, the other measurement that a lot of people don't remember to get is that this measurement is going all the way to the roof, and I need to know what's the tallest wall. So and once again, this is probably a 2-story building. 24 feet is pretty tall, so maybe this goes up, 20 feet or 21 feet or something like that. So let's say 20 feet, and then I'd once again put the inches there so that I know what I'm going to do. So after I get my measurements, I'm going to take out a piece of graph paper. I'm going to keep my things here. And so think about it. Okay, it goes 24 inches tall, so that's kind of the tall side. So I might want to orient my graph this way. And then I take my ruler on, but like my paper is only 11 inches tall. So what that tells me is I don't have enough graph paper. So I'm going to take a second piece of graph paper, and I'm going to just like add it on to my paper. Try to make your lines straight. And then same thing on the bottom. I've got 10 inches across, but my paper isn't that big, so I'm going to add on more graph paper here. So you're going to need like at least 3 pieces of graph paper, maybe even more, because you might have to chop off stuff from the back. So I've got a big piece of graph paper now. So I'm just going to do like 1 or 2 measurements. And so on the bottom, I'm going to do the same thing that I did. I'm going to put up on the top, I'm going to put my north side, but I'm not going to wear the right sketch. On the bottom here, I'm going to put that I'm the architect. on the other side here, I'm going to actually write my scale, 1 inch, 2 feet. So then I'm going to start doing my measurements. And this one here is going to be 10 inches. So I'm going to take my ruler. I don't want to be too high up because I am going to need a lot of my height on this. And I'm going to measure 10 inches. I did not do a good job of lining my papers up. Now I'm not going to label this 10 inches because I'm talking about the actual size of my building. So I'm going to label this 20 feet. And once again, I'm going to have my scale here, which is 1 inch equals 2 feet. Now you're going to have to measure up, once again, like from the top of the roof. So the top of the roof is going to be in the center. And so I'm just going to look here and be like, oh, the center of here of 10 is 5. So then I'm going to go up to the top of the roof is 12 inches. I'm going to go all the way up. So you can see, you can't even see because you see how I'm off the page here. So that's the top of the roof. Okay, there's the top of the roof. So what I'm having to do is I'm having to basically go here. I'm going to do it on the small one. I'm going up like halfway, and then I'm measuring up my 12 inches to the top, and then I'm going to have to measure my 10 inches to here, and then I'm going to connect my points. So good luck with that. I look forward to seeing your rough drafts in class.